Welcome to Prince Shorthand House. Exercise number 22, legal progressive shorthand, December 2020, 140 words a minute. Ready? Start. In the present case, the appellant is the tenant of two shop rooms, one on the ground floor and the other on the first floor, each measuring 60 square feet. The tenant is doing textile business in the room situated on the ground floor, using the first floor as a godown. The ground floor room was let to the tenant on 10th October 1991 at a monthly rent of rupees 300, which was later enhanced to rupees 800. The first floor room was let to the tenant at a monthly rent of rupees 250, which was later enhanced to rupees 400. The respondent landlord filed eviction petition being RCP number 175/2013 in respect of the two rooms in question. The said petition were filed on three grounds, namely arrears of rent, bona fide requirement for additional accommodation for the landlord's business, and material damage to the premises of the Kerala Building (Lease and Rent Control Act 1965. The trial court in its judgment held against the landlord on the first and the third ground. However, so far as bona fide requirement of additional accommodation was concerned, it was held by the trial court that the landlord is the managing partner of MS Prabis Constructions, and that since the office of this firm was presently only in small room in the same building, the other two rooms would be required by way of additional accommodation for installing staff members and materials. The trial court found that the commissioner's report in the present case did not point out that any particular rooms were vacant in the premises. Equally, the production of Exhibit B3, that is the building tax assessment register, which recorded that some rooms in the ownership of the landlord are vacant, could not be relied upon. Further, it was held that the tenant land in this possession another room in a neighboring building, albeit leasing by his mother-in-law, and stating that since the mother-in-law was not examined by the tenant, the reasonable inference that could be drawn is that the aforesaid room is in possession of the tenant. Finally, on a comparative hardship, the trial court held that the landlord will be able to run his establishment in a better manner, whereas the tenant is not able to establish much hardship caused to him. The Rent Control Appellate Authority by its judgment reversed the judgment of the trial court. It held according to the appellant, if at all the respondent needs any rooms for the purpose of expanding his office, suitable rooms are available in his possession. It has come to in evidence that in the building in which the petition scheduled room are situated, there are as many as 36 rooms. According to the appellant, the same rooms are lying vacant in this building. The respondent would deny the contention, but in Exhibit C1 report, the commissioner only would say that majority of the rooms in the building are leased out. This shows that some of the rooms in the occupation of the petitioner are laying vacant. It is true that the commissioner has not specified the number of rooms laying vacant. The appellant also could not point out the number of the rooms laying vacant in the possession of the petitioner. Apart from this, it also relied upon several vacant rooms being available in several other buildings owned by the landlord. So far as Exhibit B3 is concerned, the trial court's finding was reverse, stating the lower court has blamed the appellant for not producing any documents to show that vacant rooms are available in the possession of the respondent. I cannot agree with the observation made by the lower court. When there is an admission by PW1 that there are vacant rooms, there is no need to produce any document. It can also be seen that the appellant has produced Exhibit B3 series document, building tax assessment register. It would show that some of the rooms belonging to the respondent are lying vacant. The lower court refused to rely upon Exhibit B3 series, observing that though the petitioner's schedule shop rooms are admittedly in the possession of the appellant, one of the rooms is shown as lying vacant, it is for the landlord to report about the occupation of the rooms to the panchayat. Without doing that, he cannot blame the respondent to take advantage of the absence of entry regarding the occupation of the building in the building tax assessment register. On these grounds, therefore, the bona fide requirement of the landlord for additional accommodation was turned down by the appellant authority. As far as the room leased by the mother-in-law of the tenant is concerned, and on comparative hardship, the appellate authority found, even if it is considered for a moment that the need of the respondent is bona fide, that the hardship which would be caused to the tenant would outweigh the advantage to the landlord in case of eviction of the petition. Stop.